Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jay from Sony Alpha Lab, and today's review is going to be awesome because I got the GVM 850D lighting kit. Now these are RGB LED lights, and the kit comes with 2 lights, stands, power supplies, and everything else you would need. It can be controlled via app, and these lights are great for both photography and video. So if you're looking for a turnkey solution for your YouTube channel, if you're recording in front of the camera, or for product photography, product videography, this is an excellent solution for the money, and I'm going to show you exactly how they work and how you can use them to get excellent lighting in various scenarios. Alright, so first I'm going to open up the kit on the floor and I'm going to lay it all out and show you what it comes with. Then I'm going to assemble it quickly, show you how to put it together. It's not very difficult at all. And then I'm going to show you how to use the lights and then show you the results of using the lights so you can see exactly what you're going to get if you were to use these for yourself. So let's just get right into it. Alright, so taking it out of the package here, you can see it comes with this nice, like, semi-hardened carrying case, which is awesome. It's got the 2 tripods, and it's got the 2 lights, and it's got the dual power supplies. And the lights are completely assembled with the diffuser built in, you know, and the barn doors, which is just awesome. Now, looking at it from the back, this is what you see, and looking at it from the front, this is also what you see. And you can see how many bulbs it has. It has over 600 bulbs in there, which is just amazing, and that gives you that unbelievable brightness that these lights are capable of. It also comes with the included power supply, so when you connect the power plug, it plugs in right here, like so. And that little foam thing was just underneath the light to keep it from rotating. I forgot to take that out. Now you have your mode button here, and you have your on and off switch. To the right is what you're going to want to use if you're using the power cord. To the left would be if you're using batteries, like you see here. And it takes the F550 batteries, or larger. Now, if you hit the mode button, it will cycle through the different modes. Now you have a rotate mode, you have an app mode, you have a master mode, and you have a slave mode. More about that later. So now these dials here is where you would control, in this case, because I'm in hue saturation mode, this is where you would control the intensity and the color. Now if you press this button in on the right, that will change the mode. Now I'm in regular light mode, so this is called CCT mode. And that you can just adjust your color temperature and power brightness. So it has 2 different modes. Actually, it has 3 different modes. You can go to scene mode using the app. It's the easiest way to do it. Or you can use the color mode, the RGB mode, which is called HSI. Alright, so here you can see what it looks like using it as a regular video light. Now I have the color temperature set to 5000 Kelvin, and this is what it looks like just using 1 light. Now, I normally use 2 lights, and then I have a couple accent lights that I light up my background with. So again, this is just 1 light, and then of course I have the lamp in the background there. So the camera is set up at 1/50th of a second at f1.8, ISO 100, and I'm using the Sony a7C and the Sony 35mm f1.8 lens, just so you know exactly what I have set up here. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the second light on, and you'll see how this side of my head and face will fill in, and it'll look much better. So stay right there. Alright, so now in the same exact position, you can see now this light here is lighting up this side of my head / face, and it gives it a little bit more dimension. As you can see, basic setup, super simple. Because I'm using such a fast lens, an f1.8 lens, I have this light set up at a very low power. It's only at 10% power. That's how strong these lights are. They really pump out some serious power. Alright, so let me show you how you can use these lights in a different lighting setup. Alright, so now I have both lights in front of me. I have the one light off to the right and the other light off to the left. And you can see now my face is really evenly lit. Now this would be a much better lighting setup. For example, if you were showing off how to put makeup on or something like that, and you really wanted even lighting on your face. Again, these lights can be set up in a variety of ways. Now let me show you another way to use these lights. Alright, so here's the setup. I got this one light here, and I got another light over here. So as you can see, looks pretty darn good. Let me show you what happens when we change some colors. Now if I stop the camera down, the camera's at f1.8 right now, so if I stop the camera down to f5.6 or f6.3 for example, all you have to do is turn the power up. So now the light is at 100%, and I can raise this guy up, get a little more fill in there, like so. I can always switch this back to regular mode, and now we're back to solid lighting. Now down a little bit, A little more dramatic, raise it up, get a little more even. As you can see, crazy versatile. Alright, so now I'm using the app. So all I did was download the GVM LED 2 app, and now I can control the lights from the smart device, which is just awesome. I have the light over here set up to as master, and the light over behind me set up to the slave mode. So check this out. I can just turn the lights off. Now it's like dark, obviously, but watch, I'll turn it on. Boom, ready to record. It's that simple. I have the lights set up how I want, and they're ready to record. I have them set at 5,000 Kelvin color temperature, and that's what I have my camera set to. Same thing, I have my camera white balance set to Kelvin mode, and I just dialed it into 5,000, and that'll get you perfect color every time. Now you can also, if you want to make it a little cooler, you can adjust the color temperature like so. Skin tones might look a little more natural depending on, you know, the environment, ambient lighting, and so forth. Now I could also control the brightness. You could see here I can raise the brightness way up. It's a lot higher than I need. That's a little lower. Right around 12% actually is pretty darn good. And the lights are tied together. So watch what happens when I change it to color mode. Now you're looking at the hue saturation mode. And again, you can change the brightness, you can lower that down a little bit, and you can also control the saturation. You can back that off. See on this screen, this is where you can control the hue, saturation, and brightness all at once. Very simple. You can see up there on the top how I'm in that mode. And I could just tap around the color wheel to change the colors. Blue, green, purple, and so forth. Pretty darn cool. Then we have scene modes. You could switch on scene modes. This is what the scene modes looks like. And you can just select through those modes. I have it on lightning right now. This is candlelight. It's pretty cool. You got bad bulb. You got disco. It's always fun. Paparazzi, so it's going to look like camera flashes. Then you got party mode, TV, like as if there's a TV on in the background, which is actually pretty darn cool. And then here is a cop car. So that's pretty much how it works. Now I'm just going to go back to default lighting. So as you can see, guys, these lights are super powerful, super versatile. They're really well made. They're made out of aluminum, the lights themselves. They're silent, so you don't have to worry about any fans or anything like that interfering with your video footage, which is a problem. When you have that background noise, it sucks and it makes your videos not sound good. So one beef I do have with these, the light stands themselves, when the triangle of the light stand opens up, it's not the biggest footprint, so it's not that wide, which makes the lights not that stable when they're up pretty high. Now I have them on carpet, which is obviously pretty terrible, but if they were on a hard floor, they would be much less wobbly. But as it is on carpet with the narrow feet footprint, let's call it, they are a little bit wobbly, so you've got to be careful not to bump into them because they are definitely top heavy when you have the lights mounted on top. The power cords work really well, and depending on how high you have the lights, the power brick itself right here will rest on the floor. So that works out pretty good. It's not going to actually put stress on the plug on the back of the light if the power brick was actually hanging from the light. Now if you raise the lights up really high, you're going to want to at least tie down or zip tie the power brick to the light stand itself so the stress isn't being put on the power plug on the back of the light. Now these are very easy to use. I really can't recommend them enough. The reason why I picked these up for myself is because I have to do some interviews that I'm going to be recording, and I wanted to have multiple LED lights that I could dial in, and these are just perfect because they give off no noise. They're very portable, easy to travel with, and they work really well, as you can see. Now, not quite as good as a huge softbox like I have behind this light, which is what I normally use, but they work really well, and for the money especially, I think it's a really good value, especially if you're just getting started on YouTube. As you can see, it's a little bit harsher than a huge softbox, but that's just the size of the light source. So you can always get a larger light source, and the lighting will be softer across like a human face, for example, but they're large, cumbersome, the lights are a lot more expensive, and you know, they're obviously harder to travel with because they're so large and stuff. So I highly recommend the GVM 850D RGB LED video light kit. The light comes in 2 different versions. You can get it as a double kit or a triple kit, so you can get 3 lights or 2 lights. The 3 light kit would be a better option if you want even more control over your lighting and more power, so you can have a light overhead, for example, or you can have 2 mains or 2 fills, whatever your case may be. 2 lights is the kit that I got, and it's really good for my purposes, and I'm very happy with it so far. So these lights go for about $2.99, or when they're on sale they're about $2.59, so that's a really good deal in my opinion. And of course the links are below in the description area. So all right guys, I'll catch up with you next time. Take care.